It's Lookin' Bratz, aka Dom. If you watched my Tweevils review, whoa. If you haven't watched my Tweevils review, you might want to go watch that because that was a whole thing. I talked about the Tweevils, I unboxed them, we got into it, I got into this look, so I am trying to channel my inner Casey here. And what we're gonna do in this video is gonna be like a bit more fun. It's gonna be more like chit-chatty. I'm gonna be doing my makeup and I'm a little bit nervous. I did one with Pride or Nevra earlier last year, like June of last year, I want to say, and it was my first time really dipping into an eyeshadow palette in years. I used to really be into makeup and then I kind of got out of it, but I do try to do it every once in a while to just, you know, keep in touch with something I used to love a bit more. Also, I'm sorry, I'm just dusting my dolls a little bit. I love the new Tweevils dolls. I'm just so, I've been so excited about these and I'm so happy I have them in my collection now. MGA did send these to me and I'm really, really grateful. And what just happened in this moment, so it is Wednesday night, the dolls are releasing tomorrow, but by the time you see this, it's probably going to be like the next week or so, or far off into the future. But these stock pictures just dropped. I posted them on my Instagram and there was a lot of mixed feelings towards the dolls, and I got into it with one or two people about the dolls being like quote unquote ugly or lazy, and I completely disagree with those comments. I think there was a certain level of care and commitment put into these dolls that I don't think people are fully appreciating. So that's my 2 cents on that. I could go off about that all day, but I want to do a makeup video. That's what we're here for. So I am going to be dipping into some of the Bratz palettes. I do have some shades picked out already. These were the Bratz Revolution palettes. These are still available in a lot of places, I believe. Like the Revolution Beauty website still has them, I think. Ulta Beauty, like on the website, still might have them. I'm sure a bunch of beauty stores still has some of these in stock. They're probably like being clearanced out or on sale right now. Thankfully, Revolution was really nice to send all this stuff to me way back when these all released. And I really loved this collab and I'm excited to be using it again. I don't dip into these a ton because I just don't dip into makeup as often as I used to. I'm trying to think of like what colors I do want to use though, because the Tweevils do have a very interesting makeup palette. They have that sort of like that brownie orangey like crease going on, but then they also have that really dark blue like in the crease with the light blue lid. So I do want to emulate that as best as possible, give you my best Tweevil. Let me just take a quick look in these palettes. I think some shades I'm already considering. I might dip into Jade just because it's like a pinky shade, but even though there's not a lot of pink in the eyes, I do kind of want to dip into Tweevils, but I don't know, it's gonna have to be like a highlight or something because the Tweevils shade really doesn't match the Tweevils. And now that I hold it up next to them, the Tweevil shade isn't really Tweevilin' for me. I do know, I grabbed all the palettes I want to use. I just forgot the shades. I think I'm gonna dip into Fashion Sense potentially, or Mannequin for that like auburny shade, like above the crease, I should say, like the more of like the brow bone. Sasha's palette. What do we have here that I want? I might dip into Hop to It. Possibly Mixtape. I think Mixtape might be a good-ish match. Maybe Vibe Check for something like a transition. I am not a makeup artist, so if you're a makeup artist and you don't like watching non-makeup artists do makeup, you better click off this. You're not gonna want to see this. I'm probably gonna dip into some of these blue shades in the Wintertime Chloe palette. And then Jade's palette, the Wintertime Jade palette. These were also some other neutral kind of shades I was looking at. Let me start playing around with some makeup. Let me grab my brushes. I have my brushes here. I have it in my cute little Bratz bag. Okay, where do I start? Where do I start here? It's been a minute. It's been a minute since I wear makeup sometimes. I like to maybe put on a little bit of foundation, a little bit concealer. I am wearing foundation and concealer right now, and a little bit of like a bronzing like contour moment just to like warm up my face. I did that all off camera. I did that before I started filming, and honestly, it is so hot right now. Like my room, it was a little bit hotter before, I will say, so it calmed down a little bit. But yeah, it got really like, oof. I was not into it. Did I grab everything out of this bag? I should have grabbed it before. I should have grabbed all the brushes out before. But I was kind of like, oh, like I'll just roll with it. I'm already rambling. Should I grab this? You think this, it's a little too purplish, right? I don't know. I like having the dolls here, like for reference, and they're kind of like guarding me. They're judging me. That review, I hope it turns out, you know, I haven't watched the footage back yet because I just filmed it. Also, you can kind of see like my foundation going through this white band-aid. Did I order a pack of white band-aids and a pink bow for this? Yeah. Okay, I am going to go into, I believe it's gonna be the bigger palette. This is the, how many pans? I forgot how many pans are in the palette, but I'm gonna dip into this oh, you know what? No, I'm not gonna dip into that. Don't mind me. Where's the one with the white shade? I need like a plain white shade. I think I might be in a Chloe palette. Oh, here's one. We have Head in the Clouds from the Wintertime Chloe palette. I'm gonna go in with Head in the Clouds, and I'm gonna kind of just lay that as a base. I've already primed my eyes, but I do want to just kind of like set it all in. And I did put some setting powder on before, but I just really want to make sure like the shades pop. And I'm using like a Bratz brush from Revolution. I forget which brush set. There's 2 brush sets that came out. Am I already giving Y2K? I'm kind of actually digging that. I wanted to get more into eyeshadow again, and I wanted to do like more like neutral looks for like when I go to work and stuff. But my issue, and especially now like considering the weather's about to get hotter, is that I get a little bit sweaty. Like I've been sweating. Especially during filming this, like I've been just like a little sweaty. Not too bad, not too bad. This looks a little funny. This looks a little wild. Let me try to blend that out just a little bit with this big brush here, okay? Okay, there we go. I don't know why I'm looking in the monitor doing this. Do you feel bonita? Whatever. I don't do the best Tweevils impression, but in my head I think I do. So can you just like be delusional with me? I'm already doing stuff. I kind of like the shades on this. I don't know. I like these shades. Let me look in the Jade palette. I might use some like, I don't know, like a transitional shade. And honestly, like I use the terminology, but I don't really know like what constitutes a transitional shade. Don't even try to educate me because I don't know. I think I'm gonna go in with Pigtails. Pigtails looks like a nice deep color. It's like a brown, like an auburny moment. I'm just gonna go into the crease with that. And, you know, like really just like, yeah. Uh-huh. Lately, my response to things has just been, uh-huh. Uh-huh. Like, I'll like literally like, I don't know, I've been like very by myself lately, not to like sound, like it's a bad thing. Like, I think alone time is really good. I think I'm seeing my friends this weekend. I haven't seen them in a while. And I'm looking forward to it. I just feel like it's been a minute since we've like seen each other. Not that like, you know, I don't need to like see my friends constantly to like be happy, but it's nice to, you know, get together with your friends on a normal, consistent basis. But I've been like really like by myself the past few weeks is what I've realized. So yeah, I'm a little sweaty right now. I went in with that shade. I'm gonna blend it out a little bit more. But really, I just wanted to put it in that crease right there. It came out really like pink on my eyelids. From what I can see in person, on the camera it looks a little bit different. But I don't mind it. Sorry, this is like when like I get a little bit weird. It is getting late. It's not like midnight yet. It's gonna get to midnight at some point, I think, when I'm filming this. And honestly, like that, the stock pictures, like I knew they were coming out tonight. Like I knew I had to keep an eye out for them. And I had everything prepared. I had my caption ready. I have everything ready. And if people ask me questions that are already in the caption, I tend to ignore them because I'm like, I hate, like, that's one of my pet peeves, and I hate to say that. I do try to be like patient with people. I understand that a lot of us have different learning styles. We read things differently. We maybe interpret things differently. But sometimes I'm like, I did, for me personally, I don't like repeating myself too often. So when it comes down to something like that, I provide all the information that I have. And then some people get a little bit like, I hate to say like nasty with me. And I just gotta be honest, like it's not my job. I do look in Bratz. I do all of this out of like, you know, it's like a hobby. It's just something that I'm passionate about. But I never really did I sign up to be the Bratz news source? Somewhat. But also like I don't know, like you can't expect everything from me. I wanted to do a separate video about that, but I don't know. It seems like part of it is coming out in this video. I think I'm gonna go in with "Oh You Boys." I don't know. I think it might match nicely with that. So I'm gonna pray. I don't think I've ever dipped into this color, have I? Maybe to like swatch it. Okay, let's. Okay, I like it. I like it. I really don't want to go in too heavy with that because I think the heavier parts are gonna be when I do the blue. I think that's actually a really nice shade. And I'm just kind of going like under the brow bone with it. Okay. I need to look into the mirror doing this. Why am I doing that? And I'm really just gonna try to blend it. I'll dip in a little bit more. I not like I grew up in the age of the YouTube makeup era, but I did grow up ish in the age of the YouTube makeup era, so a lot of my makeup techniques are like from 2017. So yeah, I don't like, you know, I enjoy helping people. I enjoy being a news source. I enjoy being organized. Like that's my thing. I like having everything in one organized place, having everything like streamlined. But I guess, I don't know, some people still don't like read things or don't like, they'll glance over things, they'll skip over things. And I hate to like ignore it, but I think it's come to a point where just for like myself, I need to maybe ignore it to an extent just because I'm like, you can't look after everybody. You can only do so much as one person. I am one person and I do look in Bratz by myself. I've been having a lot of help lately in terms of like the design aspects and some other really cool things that I don't want to reveal just yet, but I've collaborated with some really cool people on some really fun stuff for the website and for social media, and I'm just so excited. Like really like insanely talented people. Like I'm so happy with, I don't want to get emotional because I'm doing my makeup, but I'm really happy with the progress that's been made with the website, with Lookin' Bratz. Like I don't think ever, oh, not the nose bandage coming out. I don't think I ever really envisioned it going this far. Like I never thought I would do as much as I have. And I'm really grateful that I have the opportunity to do what I'm doing and to also do a lot of social media stuff now, because a lot of it, you know, at first was really focused on the web. At first it was social media, then it was like the website, and then, you know, now it's like both, but I never really thought I'd be doing YouTube now. Like that's a new ball game for me. It's a new challenge for me, and it's been challenging, but it's also been fun in a sense, and I feel like I've made a nice little community on here, and I really appreciate that. Sorry, I'm talking a lot, you know me. I put that shade all up in there. Oh my god, it looks like I didn't blend it so nicely there. Okay, that looks a little bit better. Let me just, you know. I look kind of cute. I kind of look cute like this. I really wanted to get into like neutral eyeshadows more, so I like that. I like kind of like that look. Maybe like not as like dramatic, because I feel like with my eye shape I tend to go out more and I tend to make it a little bit more dramatic looking, which is maybe something I just have to work on. But also I'm really trying to match the dolls right now, and I think I'm doing a decent job matching that. It's a lot of work, and it's not my job. Like anything looking at Bratz, like some of it is monetized, not all of it. I'm not saying it has to be monetized. I'm not saying it has to be monetized. Also, sorry, that just reminded me. I never mentioned the fact that Kaylee Cuoco and Lacey Chabert were the voice actresses behind Kirsty and Casey. Like, that is just so mind-boggling to me. Like, that's Lacey Chabert, hot off of, what, Party of Five and Mean Girls. And that is Kaylee Cuoco during her season on Charmed, and also, like, just very shy of Big Bang Theory. And it's so wild to think about that. They had such an impact in our childhoods in so many ways, and I don't think a lot of people know that they were the voice actresses, at least in the first season and only in like 2 of the movies. And then it switched over to a different set of people, who I don't think did a bad job, but obviously you can tell there's a difference in the cadence of the voice and everything. But I think they did a decent job, considering that they got thrown into it season 2. And I don't know why that happened. I think it was more of like a production cost thing. It was probably cheaper to do it in Canada. A lot of shows film in Canada. They animate in Canada now because it's cheaper to like do stuff in like Vancouver and stuff like that. So, sorry, I'm talking, but that's kind of the point of this. It's a little chit chat moment. And I just, there is some stuff I do want to get off my chest. So it's nice to, I guess, talk about that, talk it out a little bit. And I don't want to ever sound like people are annoying, like, whatever. Because, like, yeah, sometimes people can be annoying, like, I can't lie. But it's not all the time. I think as much negativity as there is out there in the online community, doll community, I think there's probably 3 or 4 times as much positivity. And I feel like sometimes we only notice the negative because there's so much positive that the positive has become second nature. Whereas when the negative comes in, like, sometimes I get combative. Like, I'm like, like, who are you? Like, this is the bad girls club. You don't belong here. And I can you imagine these two on Bad Girls Club? That would be entertainment. I just got done rewatching season 8 with the Victor twins. Oof. And I know there's another season, which I haven't seen, with the sisters, the Twisted Sisters. Sorry, another tangent. I think I do get combative sometimes, but it's only, I think I need to protect my peace a little bit more, but sometimes I think I find a peace in at least calling somebody out on their nonsense. There's some shades here. I think I do want to go in with Treasures. I think Treasures is going to be that main shade. Potentially, actually, you know what? I might go in with a shimmer. I think a shimmer might be really nice for this. But maybe I'll lay down Treasures as kind of like just here. Kind of like the base. You know what? I used Treasures last time, and I think I remember that. I used it for Nevra's makeup tutorial. I am using the same brush like multiple times. This is not advised by most makeup artists. I'm just working with what I have right now. Yeah. Oh, she's blue. I do think, Revolution Makeup is like a budget brand, so I don't expect a ton. I don't expect the most high quality products, but I do think they make decent quality products. They're also super nice. They sent me another PR package during Halloween, and I was like really shook because I got this alert on my phone saying, oh, you have a package being delivered from Revolution Makeup. And I was like, is there another Bratz collab? And I got that notification on the plane ride back home from the California trip when I went to the Cult Gaia party. So I was like, no, like, are they surprising like us with something? I heard nothing about it. And it ended up just being some Halloween makeup. I think the license expired back in like June of last year, but it was a cute makeup collection while it lasted. I kind of wish they did more, but I also hope they expand it. Maybe they will. I think there's opportunity there, but that's as much as I'm going to say about that. What else? Can I use another brush? Do I have another brush? I do enjoy the YouTube a lot, though. I think the more stressful part comes with the editing aspect. And it's really taught me a lot, though, about myself and my mannerisms as of late. So if you don't know, I did grow up doing a lot of theater. And when I went to college, I learned a lot more of how to be aware of my... first, when I was in high school, I learned how to, really vocalize and really come out of my shell. And I became a very vocal person. If you knew me in high school, I was a very vocal person. And I knew how to speak. and I appreciated the public speaking skills that I learned through that. I appreciated the confidence that it gave me. Then I went to college. I started off doing theater. I was going to be a theater major, that was intended, and at some point I decided to go into teaching, which didn't work out. I did not go into teaching. I did go into education, but another form of education. And yeah, like I thought teaching in a sense was like a form of acting, and it kind of is. Also, my foot is my foot fell asleep. Sorry. But sorry, I'm like giving you my whole life story right now. But you kind of, if you clicked on the video, you kind of signed up for it. Yeah, so I appreciated that. And then when I first started off as a theater major, it taught me a lot more about how I was speaking, the tone I was speaking in. I learned a lot about tone. I learned a lot about diction, all that kind of stuff. And I really appreciated it. But then I feel like over time, and I think the pandemic really messed with me, was, can I say that word? Is that a restricted word? I don't want my thing to get hidden in the anyways, I don't know. I think I look kind of funny right now. Whoa, I completely lost train of thought. Sorry. One moment. I learned a lot about how to like speak well, and I appreciated that, and I feel like I learned a lot through that. And then obviously everything happened and I felt like I wasn't able to like talk. I wasn't able to like vocalize as much. Sometimes I still feel the same way. This is a personal thing. I get upset at myself if I slur words, if I don't know, if I use like a word incorrectly. Like, I don't know, it makes me feel bad in a sense. I think that's just like inner shaming. I doubt anybody else truly cares. And if you really do care, grow up. Like, I don't care if somebody else does it. Like, I'm pretty good at understanding others. I think that's a good quality of mine, is that like no matter what, if like you have a certain accent, if you say things a certain way, like if you have some sort of I don't know, I used to be really fascinated with like accents, like not just like outside of the US accents, like even inside the US accents. Like I enjoyed like studying accents and seeing how people pronounce things, especially in certain parts of like the US and certain parts of the world. I always found it very interesting, and I've always tried to make it a point to really respect people when they speak and maybe their accent isn't the most familiar. I always try to make them feel like seen and like heard. That sounds so stereotypical. Sorry. That sounds like so like, I don't want to say that sounds like so social justice, but like really, like in my profession, like I require to work with a lot of different people, a lot of different backgrounds, a lot of international people outside the US. So I don't know, I think that is a good skill of mine and I appreciate that. But for me personally, when I slip up and I do something, I hit, like I beat myself up over it. And when I record videos, I notice sometimes I'll be like, and for me personally, I hate it when I do that. If somebody else does it, I really don't care, unless it's like every other like word you say, like I might be a little bit like, get it out. But otherwise, I'm like, I'm not gonna knock anyone down for the way that they speak. And I sometimes people do that though. Like some people get weird and will be like, you said and this many times, and they do that to my friends on YouTube, and I'm like, is it that serious? What were we talking about? What were we talking about? I don't know what inspired that train of thought, but I think I'm gonna go into the shade Out of the Blue. I don't have like enough matte shades. I think that's my issue. I don't have enough matte shades. I don't have enough matte blue shades. Can you imagine if I did this with the mini Bratz makeup? That would be a hot mess express. I did want to do something with the Bratz mini makeup, but then I was like, I'm going to stress myself out if I do that. Also, when the Bratz minis came out, it was the summertime, and I don't have a working AC unit. If you hear a ceiling fan going, there's a ceiling fan going. And I need to get a new AC, but I cannot afford one at the moment. So please give me ad revenue. No, sorry. Give me ad revenue. Sorry, no, I'm kidding. But if you do want to give me ad revenue, like, I'm totally not opposed to it. I joke a lot. That's also another thing, is like I joke a lot. And on Twitter, I tend to use a lot of tone indicators just in case, because I know a lot of people take things like different ways. Sometimes I can't read tone over like text and messaging. Sometimes I can't even read tone in person. Like my friends will say something completely jokingly and I'll be like, oh my God, you hate me. I think I'm going to go into the shade Out of the Blue. This brush is a little bit used, but it's coming off clean. I have to wash my brushes. It's not a matte shade by any means. It looks more like kind of like a shimmer. Maybe it is a little bit matte. But I'm going to go in because I want to do that dark blue crease. So we're going to go in. We're going to go in right there. Right there. What's happening? There's nothing happening. I'm going to go back in with that brush that I've been using on everything. And I'm going to go in. Also, the last time I did a makeup video, I had to edit it on my computer because I used to record on my actual camera, but I realized the quality on my phone is much better. And it's like, the more you know, you know? Do I look like a hot mess? Don't tell me, don't tell me. I don't know, it's not doing what I thought it would do. Like, this is not like what I intended to happen. It's not blending, I want to say. It's not blending the way I want it to blend. It doesn't look too bad on camera. In person, it looks just a little bit like chunky. I'm really trying to like work my best with it. Let me apply it on the other side and then I'll use a different brush to maybe try to blend it out a little bit better. Also, what's funny is like, I don't want this to be a super long video, although I'm already like almost at 30 minutes recording it. But it's funny because sometimes people will be like, oh, like the video's too long or whatever, like you talk too much. And then other times people will be like, I love the long video, like keep up the long videos. And again, you cannot satisfy everybody. Not everybody can be satisfied. And that's something I have to learn. I have to learn that like I cannot satisfy everybody. I cannot look after everybody. Like, as much as I want to be like a positive force in the community, and I still can be, like I don't have to like not be a positive force, but I can't do everything, and I have to come to terms with that. I'm gonna go back in with that brush and I'm gonna blend out that shade a little bit more. Now it looks a little crazy, but also like in theory, aren't they like a little bit nutty themselves? They're a little bit wacky. And so is their makeup. Their makeup is a little bit like, I think I did a decent job darkening that crease. Maybe I can find another shade to mix it with. I don't know. You know, I really want to dip into this one shade in the Sasha palette called Hop to It, but it definitely looks like a shimmer and I don't know if I want to mess with it. I don't know. Maybe I'll go into Latest Hits. Did I go into that shade yet? I might have. Latest Hits. Let's just dip into it a little bit and see what happens and put it in that crease. Oh, wow. I don't know if I like that. Oh, this is a whole different eye look. I mean, it works, though. I'm going to do the same thing on the other side because we got to keep it going. We got to keep pushing. We got to keep it pushing. Not what I intended to happen. I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it, but not what I intended at all. Sorry. Who am I apologizing to? You are apologizing to you. I never wanted to disappoint you. This is my apology video. I really apologize. I'm really sorry. I'm going to dip my finger. I'm gonna go in. The glowsy. Okay, I made up that April Fool's Day post and I put glowsy instead of Chloe. People were taking that post seriously, and that's another thing, is like I love to joke around. I will not do as serious of a joke like that again unless it is on April Fool's Day. Here's my apology, I'm sorry for that. But it was April Fool's Day and I put April Fool's Day in the caption, so again, like we just have to like, you know, like look and read a little bit more. And glowsy is a real thing. And I don't want to like, I don't know the person's name, honestly, but I used to be a moderator in a Bratz Facebook group. I am no longer a moderator in it, so don't look for it. And we put a questionnaire. We started putting a questionnaire because a lot of random people were getting in, and like bots and everything. And we were like, oh, like, can you name the 4 members of the Bratz pack group or something like that? And they were like, Yasmin, Glowsy, Sasha, Jade. And I was like, Glowsy? Where did Glowsy come from? I knew it was probably a typo, but I thought it was the funniest typo ever. So I'm gonna go in with Chloe there, and I'm gonna put it on my lid. Why is this looking a little bit like my look from the Pride? But I'm taking it on my finger and I'm just packing it on a little bit onto my lid. Not bad. I'm not mad at it. It's supposed to be very blue. That's the point of it. I do kind of want to go back in with like that blue shade, that semi-matte blue shade potentially, and see if I can just add it a little bit more. So out of the blue again from the Wintertime Chloe palette, I do want to just try to like really get it in there so it's more blue. Although it's starting to like become a little bit muddy and become like a purple. But actually, you know what? That's not bad. It makes sense. I don't know. Don't judge me. I'm not a makeup artist. There was definitely like an alternate universe where I did become a makeup artist. I don't look the best, but I don't look terrible. And I'm gonna give myself that. Now, is this something I wanna attempt? Is the eyeliner? I don't know if I wanna attempt it, but I think I might have to because I feel like they do have very defined eyes. And I feel like that's always been a feature of the Tweevils, is that their eyes have always felt very defined because they've always been cartoonish. So, you know what, I'm using the Bratz liner. I don't know if I didn't want to do that much. Dang it. What am I doing? I haven't done a wing in a long time. Why am I trying to do a wing? It's been literal years since I've done a wing. Why am I attempting that? I'm doing it though. Oh, I messed up. That's a chunky wing. Ah. No. Worst part about doing eyeliner is that you know you're gonna have to do the next eye. It's not bad. It's kind of giving Amy Winehouse. I don't know if I want to give up. Oh, why did I do that to myself? This is a disaster cake. You clicked on this video thinking it was gonna be normal. Guess what, honey? It's not. It could be sharper. Why did I say I was gonna do a wing? Why did I do a wing? Who gave me a platform? Who gave me a platform? Who gave me a platform? I want to line the lower lids, but I'm really bad at that. This is embarrassing. Am I gonna upload this? Probably. You know what? If we like look at it from a distance and squint our eyes a little bit, it does look pretty cute. I cannot do the bottom lids. Like, I'm just too tired for that. But what I will do, if I can find the thing I need in my pocket. See, now everything's kind of like a disaster here. Okay. I'm gonna use my little lash curler, which is Bratz branded. Ew. And this is from Primark. I got this from Primark. There is a Primark in the United States. A lot of people ask me that. There's like 16 of them. I happen to live by one. If you want to find out if there's a Primark near you, they do have a website that you can look up. I look a little bit of a hot mess. I look like a hot mess. This could have been executed way better. Like, see how I messed up that eyeliner? I'm pointing out my flaws, so if you try to point them out, I'll be like, well, I already pointed them out. I'm gonna use the Bratz mascara, and I know this is probably like expired at this point. I never really actually used this, I think. Maybe once or twice. Will say though, my lashes, oof, they look so good. Ooh, my lashes. We're at the point where this video might be longer than the actual review for these dolls, and that's kind of funny. This look did not turn out the way that I wanted it to. I'm not mad at it. I'm just a little bit mad I made a few decisions. I am going to go in with this Bratz lip gloss, and this is the shade Jade. The shade Jade. And this came with the wintertime, like, a lip gloss set. And it has a Tweevils vibe. I don't know what it's going to look like, though. Yeah, that's Tweevil-y. It tastes good. Yeah. I'm into it. It's giving Tweevil. It's giving Tweevil. She's the Tweevil.
He's gotta be kidding. It's another Tweevil. Now they're TWEEVILs.
I used to try to do YouTube videos on makeup. Yeah. It never really panned out. It's kind of cute in like a costumey way. If maybe I did this. Oh, that's better. And like you can kind of like tell like my foundation has been like, I've been wearing this face for a bit, and you know what, I don't hate it. I don't know if I live up to the Tweevils. And it's funny, my hair was blonde a few weeks ago. I did dye my hair blonde, and then it was a cute color, it was a good shade, and I just wasn't feeling it after that. So yeah. Oh, my nose. Berdine is so meany weeny, and Kirsty and Casey are so nasty wasty. I am ridiculous. I'm a grown man doing this. I'm a grown man doing this right now. I'm a grown man like this. Anyways, that's all I really have. That's all I really have. Oh, final reveal. Bam, it's me, Looking Bratz. This is the person that runs lookingbratz.com, mind you, me. And this is me, what I'm doing. I'm having fun though. It's a fun time. Let's just have some fun. Like, it's a fun time. We don't have to take it seriously, right? Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. It's not my typical type of video. Clearly not. This eye look, I can't get over that. Sorry, I cannot get over that. It's not a good eye look. I think we can be very clear cut. Not a good eye look. My Never look was so much better, but I had better shades to work with. And I don't know. I think this would have been better with a little bit of difference. But also part of this looks like the Never eye look shape. But eye look shape. It looks a little bit like the Never eye look, but worse. Like, it doesn't look as fun as the Never eye look. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video despite sort of the chaos, but I hope you at least enjoyed the little chit chat moment. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. And also for more Bratz content and doll content, make sure to check out my Tweevils video. Make sure to check out my Tweevils article at lookingbratz.com/blog for a closer look at the dolls, and go to lookingbratz.com. Like, it's a fun site. Big updates, as I always say, are on the way. There's always a big update coming. There's big updates coming at lookingbratz.com. It's soon. I feel it. I feel it coming soon. And follow me on all socials at lookingbratz. Hold the G on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and TikTok. And also check out my collection video. That was fun too. A lot of people liked that. So yeah, I hope you all have a great time of your life, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.